If there is one thing that I did not expect to see at midnight on May 1st, it is a freaking Jon Moxley promo on Twitter. I just finished making my last video about Stardom when I looked on Twitter, and all of a sudden I see a tweet. Not only do I see a tweet, it's a freaking Jon Moxley video package put together nicely into a tweet from Dean Ambrose. So let's just roll the clip real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about, and then we'll take a second and kind of just talk about some things. I just want to state here for the record that this man has been gone from the WWE for 15 minutes and he's already done something more interesting than WWE booked for him in years. Are you kidding me? That's it. Okay. All right. Let's talk about what we just saw. What's next for Big Dean and things like that. So first things first, he's going back to the name Jon Moxley. If you guys didn't know, he was called Jon Moxley before on the indies when he was running through CZW and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a huge Moxley dude. I never really have been. I've seen the stuff, but you know, I'm not like huge on him, so I don't know the complete backstory of Jon Moxley, but he does have some interesting promo work. I do know that that was pretty much what he was known for back in the day. And the big thing right now, of course, is Sami Callihan sitting in Impact Wrestling. He's got the OVE thing, and of course, Dean Ambrose and Sami Callihan were in the Switchblade Conspiracy, which was a thing a while back with them where they were a tag team, and it didn't last very long. I think it lasted a year or two, not very long, but enough for people to kind of get the idea that, hey, something might happen here. Impact's kind of known to not, you know, they'll work with you. They'll work on weekly contracts and things like that, so you don't have to stay there long term. They book a lot of the television in 1 or 2 nights, so Dean doesn't have to travel a lot. He can just go to Impact and work the shows. That's just one of the possibilities that has come up, at least for me, when I'm thinking about where does so Jon Moxley go next post WWE. So the vignette was very well done. I mean, it's incredible. Just first off, he hasn't tweeted in damn near 6 years. Then all of a sudden he drops this video package at midnight, and it's very interesting. You know, I think it's very easy to, it is cool yet very easy to understand, you know, him escaping from you know, the shackles of big business. Now, I haven't been a really big Dean Ambrose guy for a very long time. I feel like a lot of his work with WWE was dialed in over the past couple of years. I think some of his, well, I don't even think, I think it's just pretty much a fact that most of his best work was with Seth Rollins. I mean, he was champion at one point. I was there when he lost to AJ at Backlash. So, I mean, I've been there with Dean's career. It's just I've never really been, out of the three, like Roman Reigns, Seth, and Dean from the Shield, I was never blown away with Dean Ambrose. He never had that moment where it made me go, that's the guy. Which brings up this very interesting thing, because now he has that opportunity. And this first match, the first booking he takes, it's a big deal. It seriously will set the tone for where his career goes, because it's obvious he's still wrestling. So it's very interesting to see, you know, what will come up first to project his career for the next couple of years. The issue comes apart that Dean doesn't want to travel, which kind of takes away a couple of options. Anything in Japan, really. Anything on the West Coast, I would assume. So PWG and stuff like that. And when Dean says he doesn't want to travel, maybe what he means by that is he doesn't want to travel every single day. like he would still take some time to do, you know, some shows on the West Coast, or, you know, if it was a big booking and it would get him a lot of attention, I'm sure he would take it regardless. But I think it was just, you know, Dean, I believe I read one time that Dean, I don't know if it was last year or the year before. Dean, I think, talked about it in a promo one time. It might have been 2016, because that's when he was cutting the promos with AJ about that kind of stuff. 2016 SmackDown was on a different level. But the idea was basically that Dean had wrestled the most amount of matches in a year, like if you include house shows and things like that. So I'm sure Dean's just kind of burnt out on going town to town to town to town. So I would probably assume that maybe he doesn't take too many bookings that are away from each other, and tries to keep them as close as possible. Which brings me to like Impact, which books a bunch of stuff all at once, or you know, indies like GCW or something. I really think he'll go to GCW. I'm dying to see Moxley and Nick Gage. I'm ready to see Gage just run him over with a truck. That's what I'm here for. I am prepared. I am ready. Bring the truck. So if I had to give you my Jon Moxley dream matches for at least the next upcoming year, here's who I'm going with. Nick Gage, David Arquette, Jungle Boy, Sami Callihan, and Minoru Suzuki. I have a very random top 5. I literally just named 5 guys. Look, I was just naming guys. All right, look, I definitely want to see Nick Gage. All right, I definitely want to see Nick Gage. Sami Callihan, of course. There's a couple of people I'd like to see. But I just want to see him work. I like I said, I've never been blown away by Dean Ambrose. There was a time, if you remember back when when Dean was first in WWE and FCW, and he was coming up to the main roster, and we had been talking about it for, you know, like forever, like, oh, he's getting called up, oh, he's getting called up. I believe it was around Raw 1000. How do I remember this information? I really don't know. But anyways, it was in like a hotel lobby with Mick Foley, where Dean did this promo where he was part of the lost generation that Mick Foley had raised, where like he threw his body away, and this is Mick's fault. He's watched his friends die because of Mick and things like that, and it was groundbreaking work. And then WWE said, nah, you're good, dude. And mostly that was because Mick Foley was just beat up and he couldn't work a match at the time, so they couldn't really go anywhere with it. I'm sure Mick wanted to do it. It's just, you know, he was beat up. But this is a very interesting time because, I mean, just like I said earlier, this is the most creative thing that we've really seen Dean do in quite a long time. So it's definitely sparked some interest in me. I want to like him a lot. Like, I would love to just be super obsessed with this guy. So I really do hope that his performances over the next year can really spark that in me, because I don't want to hate anybody. Like, I don't come into this like, oh man, I do not like this guy. It's just, you know, things sort of happen. So I don't want to, I really want him to win me over hard. It's an exciting time in the world of wrestling, fellas. So tell me down in the comments, what are you guys looking forward to? You excited for this Jon Moxley run? What do you think is going to happen here? I assume he's doing some death matches because my man's got the bloody fist and the, look, man, I need to see the truck. I need it. So if you want to tell me down in the comments below what your dream matches are for Moxley over the next year, where you see his career projecting to. I mean, AEW, hey, you know what I'm saying? It could be definitely an option for him. You know, settle down in Jacksonville. Who knows what he decides to do. Keep in mind this, just real quick. So on Twitter with a verification, if you change your username on Twitter, you lose your verification. I don't know if this account that he's tweeting from was verified already, or if he changed the name from another account. I think he changed it from the Dean Ambrose, which he had before, which was verified by Twitter. He changed that to Jon Moxley. But if, you know, that happened, you lose verification. So he got verified again. So I'm just saying, he's either got a super good manager, or Jon Moxley's heading to Jacksonville, brother. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope that you guys did enjoy it. Remember, if you did, leave it a thumbs up. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to join the team, do so. I want you here. You want to be here wrestling. You know what it is down here, baby. And I will see you guys next time I put up a video, man. Jon Moxley, man. Bloody fist, dude. Nick Gage with a truck. See. I'm ready to see Gage just run him over with a truck. That's what I'm here for. I am prepared. I am ready. Bring the truck.